Hey, how you doing? Wearing myself out right now. I got a project going, and I figured since I'm going to be doing a Bourbon Moth style build, as in I bought plans from Jason off his website, the Bourbon Moth website, for a desk build. And since I'm going to build this desk mainly, not completely, but mainly with hand tools, and it's his style desk, figured I'd do his style introduction. But anyway, right now, what you just saw is I was using my old Stanley plane, which I turned into, I guess you call it a scrub plane, so I could hog off a bunch of wood, because I cut out a lot of the parts for the desk frame. I used my bandsaw to cut out the leg parts and the L parts, like what did he call them? L rods, he called them. So I had to have 4 legs, and I had to have 4 L rods. That's the 4 L rods, which 2 of them are going to be rounded off right here, which I got one more to round off, and 2 of them square edge. And then the legs, I did a rough cut with the bandsaw on them. They look something like this. I've already done a lot of shaping on it. It's still got a lot more to do to them, but because I can't count, I'm supposed to have 4. I ended up with 6, or really 7, but one was a bad piece of wood. See, that makes 3. And there's 6. But that means I'll shape these, all 6 of these out, pick the best 4 for the desk, and then the other 2 I can use for another project down the road somewhere. So, let me put these back up. So my goal is to do the majority of this build with nothing but hand tools. I own a lot of power tools. I love my power tools. I cut all these cross members, or what do he call them, the stretchers, all the connectors, stuff like that. I cut that just to strips out with my skill saw, because I don't have a rip saw like this. I don't have one. Now this DeWalt saw, it's a cross-cut saw, but it does fairly decent on rip cuts. But on this white oak, kiln-dried white oak, it takes forever. I get out of line, so I just went ahead and did a rough cut on these, all these pieces, with my skill saw. Then I can go and do like I'm doing here, get them all planed out with my planers. This one, this is my old Stanley, so I done forgot what I called it. But anyway, I altered the blade. I rounded off the blade to where I could hog out a lot of wood really fast, because I want to get all these pieces the same. So like these 2 pieces, one of them is smaller than the other one, So I'm using had it side by side and hogging off this wood to get them both to the same side. But I went to Rockler because I own different things for hand tool wise. I got this router plane. This was a cheapie on Amazon. It's kind of small. It was doing halfway decent, but the base is real small. I'm gonna have to put a wider base on it, probably some kind of plexiglass base like I've seen on people's channels. But I've got that. I've got cheap plain spoke shaves. These were supposed to be Stanley 151s when I ordered them off of Amazon. I don't believe they are, and the reason why, and I'll show you just a minute. But I've got those. I've got other planes. This one, I believe I got it from Harbor Freight. It works good on certain things. Other things it doesn't do very good at. But I got to set it for working with this. Because of this project, I built this workbench. I've built a bunch of other stuff in the last couple of years, but you know, it's all a learning process. Let me say this real quick, real fast. However, I'm an amateur. I've been playing with the wood for like 2 years, but not on a regular basis. I've built several things, and I enjoy those things. This workbench is supposed to kind of resemble a Paul Sellers workbench, but I put bench holes in it for bench dogs. I put a vise on this end, on this face. I put a vise on the end over there to where I could clamp things down. I could use the bench dogs to help clamp if I need to. Built that makeshift shelf there just to hold a bunch of the tools because I don't have a lot of room. I'm doing this out of a tent since we don't have the shop no more. But because I work for myself now, I don't get a lot of time, so I'll spend maybe an hour or so in the evenings doing some of this woodworking stuff. But like I said, this was the last thing I built here, not counting my shooting board, which is down here somewhere. I just built the shooting board yesterday so I could have one on this project. The shooting board, this is 2 pieces of pine from Lowe's. It's got a piece of red oak on the bottom for clamping in the vise. The 90 here is made out of red oak. Both my 45 pieces are also made out of red oak. That way, because I know I got to knock them out with the mallet, and the red oak can take the hits a lot better than the pine can. But but over the last 2 years, my first project was a roll top desk. I built it out of cheap box store pine. People said don't do it. I did it. It's been in my house for about a year and a half, and it's doing just fine. But that was my first project after my wife passed away, and I picked the roll top desk, one, I always wanted one, and two is because everybody declared it a really hard project to do. So, and I needed something to occupy my mind during all the loss of my wife, my little brother, and my oldest cat. But that all happened within 2 months apart of each other back in 2023. So I built that roll top desk, and then after that I built a little 4-foot workbench with a drawer in it, shelf of ice, that's in my screen in Lanai here. I built some work cabinets out of melamine. I built a TV cabinet out of, or a TV stand slash cabinet out of melamine. What was it? I built a small jewelry box out of red oak and cedar. That was it was never killed. So I don't know how long it'll last before things start happening. But I built that real nice. I'll put pictures of these things up with this video. But what else did I build? Oh, I built rod racks for a lot of my fishing rods. I apologize if this is not a fishing video, but this is just something over the last 2 years I really fell in love with doing, was this woodworking. And I love using the hand tools because this is a hobby, it's a pastime, and I'm not making money off of this type of woodworking. So I want these projects to actually take a while to do because it costs money. Now the wood I got from this, I got for free. I just had to go help cut up the tree, cut it into the boards, band it up, get it in the kiln, and I had to wait 2 months for the wood to come out of the kiln, and then I went and picked it up a couple of weeks ago. And then I started slowly with the legs. I did rough cut with the bandsaw, cutting the legs out and the L brackets out, or L rods, sorry, out. And then I've been slowly shaping them with chisels, the spoke shave, stuff like that. But I wanted a new plane, so I went on to Rockler to check out some of the better planes. This one's really old, it's antique. I refurbished it to an extent. I got it working really good, making beautiful shavings on pine, but it did not want to cut, no matter how I sharpened it, didn't want to cut this kiln dried white oak. So I reshaped the blade to be able to hog off a lot of wood really fast to help with the planing down and sizing of my wood. But I went on to Rockler and I bought, this is a number 5 Stanley. I bought a number 5, I think they call this what, bench dog? Yeah, bench dog tools. It's a number 5 and it planes really nice even on this white oak. Now I've got it set a little too shallow right now because I was using it on the shooting board yesterday when I built the shooting board, testing it out. But when I went online to buy that, I decided to get a new router plane to see what the difference was between a higher quality router plane and the cheapie from Amazon. Now I'm not totally impressed with the performance of it. I do like that it has a wider base, it's open throat, it's easy to set, and it comes with a fence. I can put a fence on it. So you can picture the ideas of what to do with the fence. And then I wanted 2 new, because my Stanley 151s from Amazon weren't working like I thought they should. I got 2 new ones, and I noticed something. These are Stanley 151s. One's a flat bottom or round bottom, and one's a flat bottom. I noticed something. You set those right there. Where did I put the other 2? Right here. Look at the size difference. I bought these off of Amazon. They were supposed to be Stanley 151s. One of them actually is marked Stanley. But if these are 151s, then what are these? And if these are Stanley 151s, then what are those? Because there are two major size differences here. I think these are knockoffs that I got from Amazon. They were a lot cheaper than the Rockler ones. So I don't understand. Is Rockler calling these Stanley 151s, or are they Stanley 151s? I don't know. I'm not have nowhere near the experience with telling you the difference between them. All I know is blade says Stanley, the handle says Stanley. This one's not. This one, when I ordered it, was marked as Stanley on the ad, or whatever you call it, with Amazon, but there's no markings whatsoever, not even on the blade of it being a Stanley. So I don't know. They both have different adjustments, but yet they were both called Stanley 151s, and these are Stanley 151s. So I don't know. I really don't. They're not doing a whole lot. They are doing better, but not a whole lot better than the smaller ones. But I'm learning how to use them. I'm not 100% familiar with it. I don't know if I'll ever use the round bottom, but I wanted to have just in case. But I am excited about this one. Straight out the box, I had to clean some grease off of it. I have no clue what kind of grease they had on it, but I had to clean it off the blade. I didn't have to sharpen the blade. It just automatically was sharp. Don't know if it was sharp enough, but it was sharp. I have some fine tuning to do on the settings. And I'm dumping that into a trash bag. But I used this to make that shooting board yesterday. But I cut out everything I need for the rough cut, everything I needed for the desk frame. Did not follow his sizes here. I had to add to them. I had to upsize them because he used all power tools on his desk build. Nothing wrong with that. I love it. He used whatever that thing is called, where he does his patented hip thrust move. But he uses stuff like that, so his measurements are going to be different than mine are, because I'm using hand tools with traditional joinery, which means I need about, on each board, about 4 inches longer for where I'm making the tenons. And then the other pieces are going to get mortises. So mortise and tenons on the frame is what I'm planning to use to make it solid. I know the other methods with the, whatever those tools are called, and those wooden pieces are called, I can't remember right now. They also make it strong, solid, but this is a project. It's for fun. It's a hobby. I wanted to take time, so I'm going to do traditional joinery. So I had to add to his measurements. I added at least 4 inches above what he measured, what he showed. But it's a total for the frame, it's a total of 6, 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19 pieces for the frame. So I cut out all 19 pieces. I have the 4 legs, the 4 L rods, the 2 upper stretchers, which are about 78 inches long. His was 72. The, what is it, the 2 lower front stretchers, the 2 lower rear stretchers. No, there's only 1 lower rear stretcher. The 2 78-inch upper stretchers, and the 6 connecting braces, which goes between. Let me move over to the camera. This here, that's the, knocking over my WD-40. That's the part list that he gives, and you see where I did additions to each of these measurements. I don't need these just yet because that's for the drawer and the drawer banks. But where is it? Continued. Let's see, right there, showing a little bit of the legs and the L rods. Front of the frame. Rear of the frame. He did some half laps in there, which I am going to do half laps. The same, kind of the same as what he did. That would be the tabletop, but I'm not ready for that yet. Drawer banks, not ready for those yet. Drawer boxes, not ready for those yet. That's the drawer install. He did custom handles. I may do different handles. Let's see, right there, mid-century modern desk by Bourbon Moth. Project plans and templates. Went onto their website, or his website, and bought these plans because I really like that desk. And hand tool wise, I'm trying to learn from Paul Sellers. Woodworking wise, I love to watch Bourbon Moth. He's extremely entertaining. That's why I watch him, as entertainment. He builds some awesome projects. Who is it? Stumpy Nubs. I love to learn from Stumpy Nubs. I used to watch a lot of Jonathan Katz Moses, but I just feel like it's more towards marketing than it is towards helping people learn. Sorry, Jonathan, but that's the way it is. That's the way I feel. And there's a lot of people out there like me who do not have the money to put into all these different tools. Now, your sharpening videos, your dovetail videos, they're great. I love them. But learning, I like Ground Blackburn for hand tools. Learning for hand tools, like I said, Paul Sellers. I love to learn all kinds of woodworking, everything that Stumpy Nubs shows. 3x3 Tamar, I guess that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, I watch those to learn, and just because she comes up with some really great projects. But this is just part one of my video. Just giving you an idea of what I'm about to do. And I don't know if there'll be several parts or if I'll be able to just do another part with putting together the working and putting together the frame, and then the top, and then the drawers. We'll have to see how that goes. But I just felt like I needed to get another video out there. I hope you like this video. I hope you like the ones that are coming up. I hope you're not mad at me because it's not another fishing video. But all honesty, I just really fell in love with this woodworking, especially playing with the hand tools, learning how to sharpen the chisels, working the chisels, the hand planes, and all different things. I really, really fell in love with it, and it's addicting. But I'm trying to do things to where it doesn't cost me a lot of money. I plan on getting back out there fishing. I just haven't decided when, because now that I work for myself, I don't get a lot of time. Like I said, the woodworking part, I get about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half in the evenings to play with the wood, but I don't get the time to go fishing. I work a lot of Saturdays, almost every Saturday. I work almost every Sunday. I work throughout the week, do whatever I can to build my little business up to where in the near future, I won't have to work weekends anymore. I can do what I want on the weekends, to take that break, to do the woodworking, to go fishing, to do whatever. But I just wanted to take the time, get another video out there for you, because you deserve it. Show you what I'm doing, showing you where my brain basically is gone ever since my wife passed away, showing you where it is gone, and just to share, to show, to share. Hope people can give me some constructive criticism, not be all kind of negative when they're telling me what I should be doing or should not be doing with this woodworking. Just remember, if you're going to give me some advice, do it respectfully. I will take advice. That don't mean I will always follow it, but I will take advice. I will listen to the advice, and like anything else in the world, I will have to decide whether I want to go that route or not. But I welcome the comments. I welcome the advice. Just don't tell me to go out and buy a CNC or a laser cutter or anything like that, you know, the saw stop, because I don't have money for that. I don't have the money for that stuff. I think it's cool, but I just don't have it. I have my shopsmith. I can do a lot on my shopsmith. I know some people hate the shopsmith. I love the shopsmith. The shopsmith belonged to my father-in-law. It was my wife's after he passed away, and then she gave it to me after her and I got married, and I just love that thing. I love the bandsaw, the drill press, the lathe. I'm not good at the lathe, but I love it anyway. It's something to play with. But be genuine. Give me advice that I can actually use. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg and a tool. I'm trying to do whatever I can safely, pushing the chisel away, you know, stuff like that. But I'm learning, just like a lot of people out there. Some of you that may be watching this video may be the same way. I'm learning. I'm an amateur. I still consider myself a beginner, even though I've been doing it quite a bit off and on for the last 2 years. Even though I built the roll top desk and some other stuff, I'm a beginner. But instead of me just keep rambling and rambling, which I can do, I'm just going to say thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one.